Digital landscapes we're going to be making now using warm and cool colors. So we're going to start in the background, and it's going to look similar to your other document, but we want to right click, the steps are there, on your background, the white and gray checkerboard, and click gradient. And there you'll see different ways of making gradients. You could make it so it kind of has a circular look, or what we call linear, where it fades horizontally from top to bottom. Now if you click on the background again and click on custom, you can change how your background looks. So you can add multiple stops. For each stop you add, you can create a new custom color that it blends into. So, and then you can also drag them around, which will change its location in that. Some of you have played with that in your hexagon designs. So you have the little preview box there you'll be able to see. To change the color of one, you want to click on the one you want to change. So you see that one is the top one. I want it to be a yellow. The next layer down from the top, I'm going to play around with and make it orange perhaps. And I'm just going to play around with this until I like what I see. Changing up the colors. I'm doing a warm color background. You will choose either warm or cool colors for your background. So warm or cool. Pick one or the other. Don't mix it up. Warm colors are reds, orange, and yellows. They remind us of fire and hot things. Cool colors are blues, greens, and purples, and they remind us of cool things like purple mountains and ice cubes and cool summer grass. All right, so I will just fast track this part a little bit as I play around with the gradient. So I end up with this orange. It's not strong enough of a change, so I go back and change it some more. And I think I like what I see here with the strong yellow. And now I'm going to start to add other details like the sun. You can make your own using the polyline or the curve, or you can use the shapes that already exist. So warm colors make me think more of daytime, so I'm going to make this a daytime scenery. And if you're doing nighttime and you have a moon, then you would probably be having a cool colored background. So I'm playing with the gradient in my sun also, and I'm going to change the border to a different color also. But what I want to do is I want to change that gradient to be the exact shade I want it to be. So just like I showed you before, you can change the color of the stops. I'm not adding additional stops, but you could. I want it to go from orange to yellow, and I'm pretty happy with that. That looks really sun-like to me. But I don't want that black border, so I'm going to click on the border, and I'm going to make it a bright yellow. Typically, I want you to keep your borders transparent, but in some cases, a little bit of a similar color border might help it to stand out. So that looks good to me, so I'm going to stick with that one. And now I'm going to add some clouds, and adding them in, maybe doing a little overlapping. The clouds would always be in front of the sun, not behind it, because that's physically impossible for us to see the clouds behind the sun, if there are any. The clouds are in our atmosphere, the sun is not. And then I want to change the color, but I want to make sure I'm sticking with my warm color scheme. So I'm going to make the clouds white like they would actually be and change the border to transparent so we don't have a black outline on it. And so I'll just copy and paste a few of those and drag the corners to change them up. If you want clouds, you can use the clouds that's in your shapes tools, or you can make your own using the curve tool. Whatever you want to do there. You can get some more interesting shapes if you make your own and with the curve tool, but this is also fine. But I do suggest kind of playing around with them, rotating them, flipping them, squishing them, elongating them, whatever, to change up the shape. And even if you overlap them, you can make like larger, different shapes. So that's just what you see me doing there. With the clouds. A little ball clouds, making them how I like them. And then I'm going to start adding some other things. I'm just seeing what they have in the shapes, but what I'm going to do different now is I'm going to go to Image, Search the Web. So I went to Insert Image, Search the Web, and I'm going to type in bird, because I want to put some birds in. Birds flying, transparent background. You want to make sure to type transparent background. And what you should end up getting are birds where there's nothing behind it, just the bird when you insert it into the document. So if you watch this, boom, it's just the silhouette of birds with no white behind them. If it has white behind it, it's not going to work out. You're going to end up with a weird box in your landscape. So transparent background, whatever you want to put in the image. So again, I'm going to go up to my menu, click Insert, Image, Search the Web. I accidentally almost clicked Upload from Computer. Now this time I'm going to write airplane, transparent background. And I'll get all these images. I want something like an old-timey plane. I want just a silhouette. There we go. That one's perfect. So I'm going to select that, put it in. There we go. Nothing behind it. It's just the black plane. I'm going to drag it to make it smaller. Clicking the corners and dragging, making it look like it's flying into the sun. So that looks fun. I like that a lot. And you could, of course, try to make your own objects with the shapes if you want. So now I'm going to insert images, and I want a hot air balloon. All right, now watch what happens here. I'm going to click this one. It says transparent background, but I'm going to click it. Oopsie. Click it and insert, and what row? It has white behind it. So sometimes it doesn't work out. So let me go back and see if there's a different one I can use. And remembering my warm color scheme, oh, look at that. There's one with warm colors, red, orange, and yellow. I'm going to put that in. Beautiful. I'm going to make it a little smaller by clicking and dragging, so that doesn't have the white boxes behind it, which is great. And I'm going to show you another way. So if I go to Google and I type in hot air balloon, I could find an image. Clicking on images, find a different picture of a hot air balloon. And there's one. And now I'm going to go to the website Remove Background, and I am going to put that link right here in the blue box. So it's remove.bg. / something or another, whatever. So then you go back to your picture in the other tab. You take it and drag it. Copying it won't work. I just realized that. There's no option to paste, so you got to go back to it. Take the picture, the big one, drag it to the tab, and drop it in there. You could also download it to your computer and then upload it. And there it is. It takes the background away, and you download and save it to your computer. Go back to your Google Drawing, insert image, upload from computer, and find your image on your computer. And then there you have it. You found a different image and you removed the background. So if you find an image you want to use but it has a background, we can make it go away. And you might need to, rewatch this part of the video to remember. All right, so I've got a nice gradient background and sun and clouds and things in the sky, so I've activated that background space. Now, you can make any kind of landscape, cityscape, or seascape, any kind of thing like that. All right, we'll talk about adding the middle ground next time.